Hey, Liliana here at EDX Fitness, and I'm going to talk about my COVID winter predictions today. So, as COVID cases have recently been rapidly rising across the US, we've started to see the beginning of shutdowns again, with curfews, business capacities being limited, some business closures, and hospitals' capacity again once rising with COVID patients. Okay, but hopefully this time we've learned more about the virus and we can be more prepared than the total shutdowns that occurred in February of this year. So last week, I posted a link to an NPR article discussing the possibility of the COVID virus being a vascular disease affecting the health of our blood vessels instead of as a respiratory disease as previously thought, and I will include the link to that article in the comments below. Now, it's thought that it's possible that the COVID virus shreds the inside lining of the blood vessels or the endothelium, making it difficult for the blood to flow through those vessels. And this kind of damage to your blood vessels will cause high blood pressure and blood clots, both seen in COVID patients, and both which starve cells of oxygen and create massive inflammation to wherever those vessels travel, including the lungs, kidneys, and extremities. Now, a new treatment being used for COVID patients includes the use of aspirin, which we know is an anti-inflammatory drug and reduces blood clots. And also the use of steroids has proven helpful, again, another anti-inflammatory. And it's why ventilators, I believe, are not the most helpful when treating COVID patients, because even though it helps push more oxygen into their lungs, COVID patients' blood vessels are leaking that oxygen out too quickly for it to significantly help. So here are my predictions for the COVID winter season. People who maintain a healthy immune system and a healthy cardiovascular system will be the most resistant to the virus this winter season as cases spike. Okay, so having a healthy cardiovascular system means doing some construction on it by building new pipes or blood vessels to increase the amount of oxygen being exchanged, right? So blood vessels are created by doing cardiovascular training at 70% of your heart rate max for 45 to 60 minutes. That's the recipe. And this training has to happen frequently, as in 3 times a week or more, and continuously to reap the benefits. That is, you have to continue to engage in this training or else the benefits wear off, right? It's like brushing your teeth. You don't just do it once and expect perfect teeth, right? You got to keep doing it. So 70% effort level feels like low level cardio. That is, you're slightly out of breath, but you can hold a conversation, okay? We call it nose breathing. As in, literally, you close your mouth and you breathe through your nose while doing this level of activity. And nose breathing on its own has all sorts of benefits, like improved oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange for better sports performance. You get improved oral health by limiting bacterial growth, and so on, right? So building a healthy cardiovascular system, and then the second piece to building resistance to the COVID virus is building the immune system. And again, this is something that takes frequency and consistency, just like building the cardiovascular system. You have to take care of yourself daily to build up your immune system and then keep doing it to keep up your immunity, right? And as an EDX member, this is one of the first things we coach our members on with our lifestyle factors. That is, we coach our clients to get quality sleep, to drink plenty of water, to get your vitamin D, and get high quality nutrition. And I will add to that one more thing: to manage your stress levels. Now, we typically teach this to our clients so that we can balance their hormones, to prime their bodies, to be willing to change their composition, right? Because a lot of our clients come to us with that goal. But these lifestyle factors also prime our bodies to be healthy. It's our health foundation, right? And that means having a robust immune system. It's been theorized that oxidative stress can create a chemical imbalance in your body. And this makes you more susceptible to a severe reaction to the COVID virus if you contract it. So, oxidative stress is an imbalance between free radicals and antioxidants in your body. And according to the owner of MedCram, which is just an online medical resource, they say that they realized the patients they expected to be most vulnerable to a respiratory virus, those with underlying lung conditions such as chronic obstructive pulmonary disease and asthma, were not the ones ending up disproportionately in the intensive care units. Instead, they're seeing it in patients who are obese, who have large BMIs, people who have type 2 diabetes, and with high blood pressure. Okay, and we know diabetes is a leading cause of oxidative stress, which can then lead to the possible development of type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure. And we also know that America is in a current obesity epidemic, with the obesity rate currently sitting at 42.4%. And this has increased 26% since 2008. And that fact was taken from the State of Obesity Report series. Okay, and this is despite Americans becoming more health conscious. Okay, more people are dieting and joining gyms in the past 2 decades. So we know what we need to do in order to be healthy. So why are obesity levels on the rise then? Seems confusing. Now, I will link the article I took that from, which is a Newsweek article, again in the comments below. But this is where I can only speculate. Being the founder of a health and fitness company, I can see a trend in the fitness industry, and I see 3 reasons why obesity levels are on the rise. A lot of people who join gyms put in the minimum amount of effort. And that's the first reason. And when you put in minimum effort, you don't actually get minimum results. You usually get no results, okay? Because there's not enough change happening in the body. And sometimes putting in the minimum amount of effort happens from just not knowing what to do in the gym, not having a coach or a trainer, or not having the confidence to really push yourself. And so, it comes down to knowledge a lot of the time, or the lack thereof in knowing how to train appropriately. The second reason why obesity levels are on the rise is because some people use their fitness as an excuse to overeat. So maybe they've got their workouts really dialed in, but then the eating part is the part that's not in sync. Okay, and then the third reason would be because our food source that is available in American grocery stores have an increasing amount of sugary ingredients, even products marketed as healthy or natural. Okay, and there's all kinds of sugar products that are being put into foods but labeled using confusing words like dextrose, fructose, galactose, glucose, maltose, sucrose. I don't even know if I pronounced all of those right, but I do know that those are just another way of saying sugar. Okay, so it can become really difficult to minimize our sugar intake even if you think you're eating healthy. Now, here's what I've seen happen with a lot of our members at EDX during the COVID year. They've continued to exercise regularly using a program that's been designed to guarantee results. Okay, so they have that frequency and intensity level down pat. And they've been given nutritional plans through the use of our guidelines, our custom meal plans, to help burn off excess weight or maintain a healthy lifestyle so they can avoid the pitfalls of traditional dieting. And they've been given support and accountability through live coaching to make sure that their lifestyle fits their goals. Okay, so overall, I've seen our clients getting healthier during a time when it could not be more important, especially when I see the country overall getting less healthy. So, for more information, please visit us on Facebook or Instagram at EDX Fitness.